Hello everyone, my name is Zelnis. I will be joined by Karaoke for commentary, and our instructor today is Link Force Zero. They are starting right away because, again, these are pretty much back-to-back races. So here we go. It is standard. I assume that means that this is game 2, although the stream implies it's game 1. So I'm not sure who won game 1. Yeah, no, it says game 2. So I don't know who won game 1 because the tracker didn't, and I didn't look. It was like Jet 1, so this means that this is Shadyforce's pit. And then, yeah. So we got a bow start. Shady is playing as Invisible Link? Yes. I find that very disorienting to play as Link that way. Bow was second. Yeah, it was the weapon. It was the uncle weapon. I was finding it very disorienting to play as Invisible Man, and I believe we're joined by Karaoke if his headset is working. And there we go. Now we got the correct layout. Nothing much so far. I mean, to be fair, your hitbox is the shadow. Doesn't make too much of a difference. Bow, though, makes a huge difference on the run, and that is gives you some immediate routing choices in advanced placement. With 2 items opening up lighted or dark areas in advanced item placement, we have so we are going on. You missed the start, but at the same time, you did miss the start. But yes, I believe now we possibly have Karaoke with a working headset.
Yes, hello.
Hi.
Good thing is starting with a generic old escape here, so nothing much has been done yet. I see we found a bow. Bow was good.
Yeah, bow is the weapon, but other than that, it's been fairly generic escape. Like I said, it's not. We had somebody say that they missed the start, but yeah, sure, they haven't missed anything. I mean, we're in escape. They have a bow. I guess if you don't know that this is standard, then this does look weird. Oh no, I'm saying that you haven't missed anything because it's standard. That's all. Because they're still in escape, you can see what items they've got. There's no routing decisions to make yet. The routing decisions, though, with a bow start are immediate out of the gate. The moment you leave Sanctuary, you have significantly more options than you normally would in a standard seed.
And it's like, do you head over to the Kakariko area, woods area as usual that you would in these sort of paths, or do you take a quote-unquote gamble and go right over to the Eastern Palace area, checking out Sarashula's closet and going into the dungeon there. Depending on what the dungeon is, we'll see when the runners, if they do a map check once they get out into the wilderness here, and we'll see if that's even like a thing they want to do.
Yeah, that's actually usually how I make the decision. If it's a crystal, I just go. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. If it's a crystal, I'll just go complete it. Because if there's an item there, and it leads me to be able to complete another dungeon, then perfect. Also, I mean, some people are saying, oh, hammer is great as well. Well, say, oh, there's only one more option. But with a bow, you can also more confidently do, like, the South Shore. So it might also, like, lead our runners to go do that as well. So you can clear out the Moldarm Cave quite easily. Although that's technically always on the table, as long as you buy bombs. And with Escape, you also have a little bit more incentive to do, to get the money from the Houlihan room, that's the word. I'm trying to think of the actual thing. I just call it my money cave because it's the first thing I do every seed. But yeah, looks like both are checking. Both are gonna check to see if there's something on the ledge up here.
There's just hearts everywhere. Hearts on the tree pole, hearts underneath the crab.
Nope, nothing there.
Within the forest itself, just some rupees. Yeah, we'll get those. We need those.
Yeah, especially when you're not grabbing Houlihan, you're gonna take things like 50 rupees. Heck, I've seen runners grab 20 rupees from there when they haven't found it. Oh, hello, mirror! Fantastic. That gives us a lot of routing options, actually. I think mirror's my favorite item to find early, because it just makes routing so much easier. You have so many options. More options mean bad choices are possible, but at the same time, something like the mirror, all it does is it makes your routing better. If they find the glove and the moon pearl, say right here, they could go to Dark World and clear out the entire light and dark side village immediately. And they won't lose any time saving quitting, like you would if you didn't have the mirror in that situation. Yeah, looks like neither runner is caring too much about the crystals just yet. Like
you might as well just go through as fast as you can and clear this area out, because you know it's here. The map can always be checked after you grab your.
There we go.
Oh, there's one. Never mind.
both red crystals are available in Light World. That's interesting. So
and all 3 dungeons are crystals, so I can feel in my gut a little excursion over to Eastern once the basic checks are out of the overworld checks and Lightwater out of the way, just because that bow. Ooh, I got a lift.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I think we were both just very excited seeing those gloves. Now we just need the pearl. I'm magical if I called pearl. Is your headset dead again?
No,
Oh, okay.
I'm still here.
Because your last sentence cut off very abruptly, like mid-word, so I was like, oh.
Oh, interesting. Alright, well. Maybe my thought just cut off so abruptly or something. I don't know. I wouldn't even remember what I was talking about. Something about checking things in the map, and then they check the map right away. So I think, I guess the train stopped in a different station than expected, essentially.
Well, no pearl in the immediate village, but should see it in the race game. Piece of heart on there, so no super early boots.
Right, both runners checking the race game prize before going in to do it itself. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
With just 10 arrows, it's not worth going through there.
Yeah, this is a very... Oh, yeah, no, here's our divergence. We got one going south, and the other going east. So we're gonna get to see a lot of items very quickly. What's the... I think Bunny Sprite for Invisible Link is just invisible. It might be Visible Link, I don't remember though. I think it might just be normal Link. But it might also still be invisible, because it is supposed to be a challenge sprite.
Bombs, bombos, and a piece of heart, and we got a wet book.
Okay, and yeah, we can't actually complete or do much of Desert Palace with the items that we have, so it's definitely not one of those weird times where you opt to just go straight to Desert and ignore everything else to the Crystal. You're gonna wait until you at least have a fire source, probably. Plus, the book needs some time to dry off. Yeah, okay, one of those arrows went straight through the hitbox, I'm pretty sure.
Oh man, Moldorms, no! Stop! There we go, there's two.
Yeah, so, the hitbox on Moldarm's not great for the arrows. You know, considering all the games that broke today on December 20, or sorry, on January 1st. Oh, hello, Moon Pearl.
There it is! There you
Yay!
Are you happy now, Zelnus? Are you happy?
Yes.
You got
I'm
what you
actually
wanted.
very happy. I mean, I would have preferred it in the village, because then, you know, the Dark World, and then I could have done all the Dark World and done what Shady's doing, but in reverse. Done Hype Cave and then Mini Moldarm, but I'll take that too. That's very good. Especially since they have the hammer, so they can actually do Pod and EP, which might be the play that Shady's going to go for after Hype Cave. Because that is 2 dungeons. Also, Pearl allows... Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, taking advantage of that Moon Pearl down there and just walking right over to the portal and going into Hype Cave.
Not sure what's... Like, the new save and quit adds, like, what? Is it, like, 3 seconds to every save and quit? So I don't know what would have been shorter, but Runner thinks that it was shorter to save and quit. Might be true. Fire Rod!
Alright, one good thing in there.
I mean, that's a pretty good thing. I mean, that opens up some logical checks in both. And it's a crystal. That's 2 crystals.
So our pendants are Turtle Rock, Ice Palace, and something off to the left. I don't remember what it was.
The only thing that would maybe push me away from Pod is, if for me personally, and maybe another runner as well, if you don't have much practice with Hammer, Trinets, Helmosaur. you ever done Hammer Helmasaur? It's really hard.
Nope. I think, actually, to be honest, I've never played an open seed. I've only ever played standard.
Oh, okay.
I've watched a lot of open seeds, but I've never personally played a open seed. So.
Find bombos here. How is somewhat easier with the bow? It does take a lot of bow shots, but yes, it's not. The bow does make it a lot easier, but it does take a significant amount of bow shots, and he does move quite quickly unless he's shooting a fireball. And even then, he moves almost immediately after shooting the first fireball. Yes, that is an invisible stin. That is the invisible lynch stin. Jet is picking up as much money as they can. Why? Because it makes it easier to see your hitbox.
There's a beautiful Armos quick kill from Jet.
That was.
First crystal in 16.5 minutes.
We're actually going to see Shady with 2. Oh, not throwing a bomb over there. Interesting. Is this the Jet? It's the only Jet in the community yet. Done Eastern First Refill. I'm not sure what for, I guess, Fire Rod, but you don't actually need Fire Rod for any of the rooms. Oh, Dark Turtle. I guess Dark Turtles. But he has one Fire Rod shot, so. This
Jet going through and doing all those south area checks, gonna pick up.
Wonder what he's gonna do.
Pick up those things. Yeah, the items are kind of scattered in the menu there, so it was a little hard, I think, to get down to that hammer. Not little weird presses to get there and.
Shady is just going to the boss. Interesting. Why though? Because they don't have the boot. So they can't just hop back up and continue on with the route. So this is kind of the best route with the items he has. But I take a lot of damage. It's just that, you know, Blue Mail, they should be safe. But don't accidentally menu to the fire rod and shoot your only fire rod shot.
These dark rooms down here are kind of advanced. And also one I don't really see as often as some others. Yeah, using that fire rod shot to get the rest of this room done.
They had enough fire. They had exactly enough fire. So Jet is opting to go to this part of Dark World now instead of Ped. Right, instead of Pod. Which made sense. He's already made that trip over to Eastern. Hopefully there won't be too much in here and won't send too far behind. See, the Helma moves quite quickly, and the only time he's really standing still is during that tail weight attack in this phase. That was pretty good.
Yeah, well, that was good. You don't usually see a long bow Helma, because a lot of times, you know, you have silver arrows and you just, you know, one hit and he's gone, or runners will, you know, smack him with other items. Hey, there's a first crystal for Shadyforce.
At 21 minutes, still has a half a dungeon to do before he gets a second dungeon and a half to do. They're going to go right back in and do the back end side. Jet is going to do what I didn't expect, honestly. And it doesn't have the fire rod. Which I don't remember where the fire rod was.
Fire rod was Hype Cave.
Right. Wait, so... He didn't go to Hype Cave. Okay, right, because he went all the way north. Okay.
Right, yeah,
That's
he did, did the south checks and then went over to the Kakariko entrance for Dark World instead of going to the closer one after. Because he went all the way, he went down and around the whole South Shore area, ending up at Ice Rod Cave, and then went back over to Kakariko. So just doing the front half checks of Skullwood's gonna have to come back and do the back half later. Also doesn't have a sword anyway, so couldn't finish it completely.
So far, nothing was in Pod, and nothing is in Eastern either. So, like, Shady's getting more completed, but less Cape. It's way too far for anyone to be considered in the lead. I would put Shady maybe a little ahead, just because of the additional dungeon completion. Also, with this equipment, you have to be very careful, because no matter what your armor is, I would Pomos here, because that does kill the fire-breathing guys. It's a little bit safer.
You're getting a little toasty there. Nothing. Just gonna blow that potion.
Oh, right. Swords are... I forgot. Cast swords.
Mm.
Oh! I thought they fixed invisible item. Hey! Titans! It's one of the few invisible items.
To check that.
One of the few invisible items that are important. That's huge!
And just a heart in the big chest, and we're done here.
That means, yeah, that means that Jet, when Jet goes to, yeah, that's a huge deal, actually. Jet, that means that when Shady goes, he can do hammer peds, he can do Smith, he can do everything else. Finds powder, that would be good too.
now time for Jet to pop into Thieves Town. Let's see who just does the first 4 chests here or decides to dive deeper in, because remember, it's a pendant. Oh, there's Ether. Alright, we're 2 out of 3 medallions now. Getting a number of medallions early just kind of lessens the chance you might need to go on the hunt for one later. We're only gonna need 1 for Misery Mire, since I don't think they'll be going for a Turtle Rock Green Pendant. And I don't see that happening. But I mean, just watch Misery Mire be Quake or something. That's always the annoying one, when you have 2 and it's the 3rd one that you need.
I've been getting pretty lucky in my scenes, but the ones I've been watching have not.
I'd like to think that shadyforce opened the menu after getting that item and not seeing what it is, and so I think he paused on the menu for a good 2 seconds there. Probably did a quick scan to see if anything changed, so I'd like to think he knows he has the mitts. Although not marking it on a personal tracker. We'll just hope. I'll be optimistic over here for once, and we'll hope that he noticed it, because I did see him kind of looking at the menu. So fingers crossed. Anyway, heading through the eastern dark rooms here. While Jet is going deeper into Thieves Town. I mean, could possibly because since you can get all the items here, since Jet does have the hammer, not leaving that Thieves Town big chest as a last location, possibly.
Oh!
Water toes.
Flippers logically opens up ice. And swamp. Most of swamp.
Yeah, I don't think Jet will head over to ice, just not having a sword to bombos and not having fire rod just yet.
Yeah, whoops.
So it's not in his thoughts, I think.
Chat, don't play swordless before commentating a not swordless tournament. It messes with your brain.
Do I have to stab you with my sword to remind you that there's swords here? Do you need one sticking through you to say hey, there's a sword?
They don't have a sword right now. The last scene I played was standard swordless. What? Oh, we missed whatever item that was. If it was something, that's not good.
Yeah, just a little bit of lag on Jet's side. Suspense, anticipation, and just bombs in the big chest.
Hammer blind. I think he kept it in script. I'm not sure, but that almost looked like he kept it in script. Nope. And actually, that would cancel the. Yeah. Oh.
It sort of cancels the move down. He stayed up for a little bit, but very smooth, nearly scripted there with Hammer blind. Very good. Just some rupees.
Jet will eventually find his fire rod. After doing a lot of other things. Hello? Wait, look. Oh no, I thought he was going to bed, but he's.
Okay, yeah, with this way around, he definitely doesn't know he has mitts. Because he went the long way around.
He hammered
Oh,
the.
now he knows. Okay.
No, he knew he had mitts. He just forgot.
Are these Schrodinger's mitts? Like you sometimes know you have them and other times you don't?
I loved that little hammer.
This isn't Harvest Moon. You don't hammer the rocks. Different game.
Stardew Valley. Hey, sword. You have Harvest Moon. I think Stardew Valley is like $9 right now. So go buy that. Good video game. Speaking of video games, thank goodness the Randomizer website didn't die on 2020 like multiple video games did this year.
That's proof that Randomizer is the game of every decade.
2K 2020, Hearthstone's dead. A weird time to be a gamer.
So shadyforce heading into Thieves Town. We'll see if he goes all the way through and clears it as well, like Jet did. Meanwhile, Jet's gonna be heading somewhere.
Activating the flute.
Flute.
I wonder if Shady will just be doing the front half, which a lot of runners will end up doing. He's just doing the front half. Ooh, this is interesting now. They have access to very different places.
He's gonna need to go back there because swamp is a crystal, and you need flip flops to swip swamps. He's gonna get a sword now. And Jet's gonna go get his fire rod here in a few seconds.
That's fire rod.
So if he wants to, let's see where he's gonna fly off to. Okay, go in pod. I was just gonna say, now with the fire rod and sword, he could go back and finish off Skull Woods, but probably going for item density
Also,
over here in pod.
Yeah, he can also finish off pod. He wasn't really able to do pod very easily with his equipment before because he didn't have that fire rod. Now he's got fire rod, which will again allow him to do it easier. Might have done it at this point even if he didn't find the fire rod, just because item density, crystal, you have most of the items.
Alright, shadyforce, what you gonna check now? Oh, they picked up another sword somewhere in there. They're on master.
Yeah, Smith's having a sword is nice, because that is vanilla.
Oh, it's a smith's check. That makes sense. Doing that, looping around there after dig game, since, shadyforce did have the mitts. That's cool. And since you're on that side of the world, might as well, with the fire rod and a sword, do your entire Skullwoods check at this point. Also, half magic makes moth pretty, a little bit easier if you want to concentrate on burning it down with the fire rod versus trying to sword swipe it the entire time, especially with like master sword, and being careful not to whack them back into the spikes.
Yes. And that is the dumbest mechanic. It's also a Thentibud. It's not supposed to. But they didn't know a way to make it immune to the spikes, so they just programmed it. Badly.
Yeah. And fun fact that in the vanilla game, non-randomized version, the gold sword doesn't work on Mothula because of that coding, like the damage values and stuff. But that's fixed in Randomizer. So thank you, Randomizer creators, for fixing that little thing, fixing that part of it. Anyway, moth goes down. I blinked. It was a thing.
Yeah,
Dropping a big key and a crystal.
Yeah, half magic fire rod means that fight is nothing.
I don't think shadyforce did the hammer yump when going through pod. I think they went through like the normal way. Oh, because they went through and did Helmasaur first and got stuff down there and then went around, something like that. But Jet doing a good hammer yump there and going into the dark maze and gonna pick up. Hopefully they notice that they pick up the mitts.
Yeah, I swear I read a patch note where they fixed those invisible items, but yeah.
At this point, I think missing flippers isn't a huge disadvantage, just because there's so much. I mean, to finish Swamp, you still need to find the hook shot, and, that's a giant shrug where that is now, so who knows how long Jet might end up running around to find the hook shot to finish Swamp, or, maybe they need to find Quake from Misery Mire, and they can't find Quake. And Kana Samaria as well, that's also needed, so, it's a disadvantage, but not a huge one yet. I mean, it is a location that might not be first and foremost, but I think there's enough stuff down there that it might be a thing. Because essentially, at least in my opinion, the first 4 checks of Thieves' Town are basically overworld, and you just kind of do them while you're swinging through the dark area. I don't know. That's what I think. I'm again being an optimist today, starting the new year off right.
Oh, mitts were actually in the bottom right of maze, but also he did get them. So yes, chat, he has them. Just didn't look at it. Our tracker is doing his job correctly. Although hopefully this won't be like that other time I commented a seed where somebody didn't see that they had gloves. That was a thing. But there's also only 1 or 2 items, and I assume Jet knows which ones. Oh, the mitts were in that room. Oh.
So still a dark room, just
Yeah. It's not the
different
one we
dark.
thought.
they were in pod basement. They're just
Kristen.
thing. Yeah, because Shady did the dark room, did U-shape room first before doing dark maze. Maybe that's why. That's why we all thought that it was in the maze, because he went backwards. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They're in a dark room in Paladin. They both have them now. It's all good.
That is true. What Zelda is saying is that now they are actually in logic versus it's just that Shady had checked the U-shaped room first, did the maze, and then yeah, so we just only saw them after he opened up a second empty chest. Man, I cannot do Helmasaur without having my sword out. And I know it's so much. I know it is significantly slower, but
I actually can't do Helmasaur with the sword out.
oh,
The button holding's too awkward. I'm just used to doing it, just mashing the hammer button.
I see.
I think it's one of those things where you learn it a certain way.
Yeah.
I think it's like a common thing, just in gaming. Not even speedrunning or racing or randomizer in general. In gaming, you learn to do something a certain way, and you do it that way in that game every single time.
I know a guy who played with his who plays with his controllers upside down and backwards. So the L and R buttons are at the bottom, and his pinky and the one next to the pinky are on the shoulders, and then his other 2 fingers are on the face buttons. And that is how he holds controllers.
Interesting.
Yes. He's also legally blind. So he plays with like screens really close. It's very interesting. Hey, we get to go for a coffee break.
Yep, going downstairs. And to hear no, not able to do the fresh new Haripot clip here, unfortunately, because no hook shot. So we're gonna do coffee, tea, soda, water if you want to stay hydrated. Take a break, stretch, relax, see what Jet's doing, checking the hobo. And heading to see what is on the pyramid today. That just looked like 20 rupees, so with already having 500, no need to really pick up any more tiny bits of money at this point. Cool thing about doing this with the mirror is you can go up here and do the catfish and then just pop right over to Zora and he's got the flippers and it's gonna be like a bunch of awesome checks all in a row and be very smooth instead of having to go up here multiple times or something.
We need a lot of items still. Actually, a little silly. Although we can also complete a lot of dungeons.
Oh, there's some silvers. That's comfy to have.
And I think both runners will end up getting that. Ooh, that was very close. Good kill though from Shady.
Yeah, good control there on the bonk and going for spins on Moldorm's tail, so that there's Quake.
Oh,
Spins on Moldorm's tail so that he doesn't go into hyper rage, super fast hamburger worm mode. Okay, with all 3 medallions, that means Misery Mire, whatever. Oh, there's the hook shot.
wow.
Tickle beam tickling inside Mr. Zora here.
That's a really early hook shot too. And that's just go to yeah, he's gonna go to I assume the mountain. No, he's gonna go to DP. And possibly Meyer. Definitely go check Meyer's shed and then check to see if boots are needed. That could be a pretty big thing. What was the... I know it doesn't matter in Seed, but it does matter for Jet. Almost. Thank you, Chat. I'm awful at seeing it. Oh, hey! Oh, hey! Oh, hey!
Oh, hey. That's like 3 things. Shovel and lamp over in the Meyer shed, so no more worries about dark rooms, especially those ones, back in Meyer. And the sword. So how does that logic shake out for all of that? Does that mean pod was a required double dip because something was in pod to get to? Yeah, because the Titans mitts were in pod to lift the thing to get to the Meyer area, so you had to go through with the fire rod.
Oh yes, to complete
Yeah.
the dungeon, yeah.
Technically, for in logic, 100% in logic, go through the U-shaped room with the fire rod to get your mitts, and then leave, quote unquote, leave, and then go get your lamp, something like that.
Okay, boots locked.
Come on, Boots, be right over here. Just be next door. Nah, wrong red item color thing. Yeah, Jet needs another sword, but one of them's on the blacksmith chain, so... I mean... I don't know, depending if he just decides to go clear dungeons, that might be a problem.
I mean, also there's 2 others. Like it's probably there's one other one I don't remember where it is. Like Shady's already found 2. Oh yeah, one of them's on the mountain.
Yeah,
So,
up the mountain where Jet hasn't gone yet.
He's gonna find a second sword. It's not like runners generally, especially at this level, don't think about where to find Master Sword. It's not really ever a calculation any runner makes. You just get it or you don't. And you always get it. And there's 4 of them.
Yeah, there's enough swords that typically you'll end up getting a sword. It is kind of funny though when your go mode item is a sword. That's always very entertaining.
And it is interesting to see which runners opt to just go straight to GT and assume that there's going to be a sword in there, and which ones continue to full clear the dungeons on their way to GT. But I haven't seen a seed yet where runners, did all of, got an early go mode, but without swords, and then went all the way to GT and did all the pendants or sorry, all the crystals, cleared all the crystals, and then didn't find a seed, where all of the swords were in pendants. I've never seen that before. Shady's sprite is, in fact, just nothing. It's just the shadow. Shady is ahead by crystals, but just that it's very interesting. It's hard to say that anyone's ahead or behind. Here we are seeing Houlihan. Shadow is common to all sprites, yes, but some sprites make it more difficult to see. Shadow is essentially the hitbox. It's also a way to judge a lot of tricks. So.
Yeah, some people learn distances for bomb jumps by swords, but the swords are all slightly different lengths. Like, I know the fighter sword is a little bit shorter than, like, the master sword is, so that can be iffy, and then different sprites have different, hangy bits hanging out, which can make measurement difficult, so the shadow is kind of the guaranteed way to, measure your pixels when doing certain things.
It is actually only the sword. Like the other three, I believe, are the same. Like they don't cause a problem. Looks like Shady's gonna go to do Zora plus Catfish plus Pyramid.
Yeah, I mean, considering you did the Houlihan there to get up to 500 money rupees, I think he's doing that.
Yeah, I thought he'd Fate Flipper so he could check those two items. And there's something of worth in there. I just don't remember what. I don't remember what he found in the cave, or in the waterfall cave. Oh, he'll splash delete. I forgot about splash deletion because it's still new to me. Thank you. Yes, silvers.
That's another
that's
new
it.
trick, yeah.
So many new tricks.
Yeah, Zora himself has the hook shot. But the cave had the silvers. Also, Shady has the mushroom. We're gonna turn that in here. That's a good check to make along the way.
There are a lot of ways to splash delete, I've heard. You can splash delete with bow and bombs, I think. Oh, also, he sold his Zora money.
Oh no.
I don't know if he... Okay.
Yeah, there's 300 on the ledge, but is he going to bother to
Well, he might.
make the effort to go there and then loop back around?
What? What even? I don't get what just happened, but that looks very easy to do.
It has to do with some kind of sprite overloading thing.
Like,
I believe.
know,
don't take my word for it.
Chad,
It is called splash deletion. It makes you able to swim when you don't have flipper.
Chad, I know what splash deletion is. I didn't realize how incredibly simple it was. Get 5 thins on screen and you can jump in. It's incredibly easy to do, it seems.
I think he's just realizing that he spent his money.
Yeah. So I guess has to splash delete again. Yep. And I think at that point he's soft locked. Because once you've jumped into the water like that, you are like in a weird spot. You're like in the water, but you're not in the water, so any movement you take puts you back in the water.
Yeah, also might be running, only has one bomb left, so probably running low on bombs to keep trying. And just probably best not to waste more time doing it. So, gotta leave that location now, which is, you know, hopefully the effort that took to get there makes him remember to go back there. I mean, to get that item, because he kind of needs a hook shot.
And it's an actual item, so he might just leave it behind completely. Like, I mean, at this point, I would, if I had made that error, I would 100% just never go back until it was the absolute last thing. Because a combination of frustration and annoyance, probably. But this is actually pushing him to go get flippers, so he might go back. But I think he will last location it. But it's definitely not over. Like, again, he's going to get flippers here, and that might actually push him to go back and get that money and go.
Yeah.
But he also could push him to Ice Palace.
We had a few very early dungeon clears in here, and it's been a little bit since we've gotten more. I know he blocked the one treasure chest by accident. I think missed the hook shot thing there. So with hookshot, flip-flops, and I mean, I guess that's pretty much it. You think Jet's gonna do Swamp as the next dungeon? Oh hey, there's our fourth sword. That's all very generally accessible swords in this seed. Dig Game, there's another one on the mountain, the one Hookshot Cave, and the one on Blacksmiths.
Ooh, just going over.
Wow. Barely getting through with that hookshot Neum strat, and did have heart left at the end of Spike Cave there.
Where was Flute? Because for some reason my mind blanked out and I never saw it get done.
Flute was on Stumpy.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, not vanilla, but very close by.
Yes. Thank you, chat. My cat is trying to commentate.
I think my gut feeling was right. Jet's gonna go do Swamp Palace now.
Just people hate this dungeon, especially chat, it seems. It's a really good dungeon item-wise. It's got 6.
Yeah, it's very hefty. It's just annoying, because that left side can take a while, especially if you don't have hookshot and you're looking for hookshot. and Hookshot might be in swamp, and you gotta do that left side like loop around and drop back down and all that. But I think with Hookshot you can just
It's
if
also
you
just-
want to, you can just neum right to the boss. I mean, Jet still needs to look for Boots and Samaria at this point, so
It's also
probably.
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just rambling
Yeah.
here. I don't know if he's gonna do left side check or not here. Considering he is looking for 2 items for go mode.
Yeah, I think the other thing about this dungeon that, it's just not a flashy dungeon. Outside of Cold Stare, it's just not a cool dungeon to watch, right?
You mean Argus?
Artist, did I say Cold Stare?
Yes.
Both are
I mean,
bosses.
I hate Swamp Palace, not Swamp Palace. I hate Ice Palace too. I think I hate Ice Palace more than I hate Swamp Palace, but
Ice Palace is my favorite dungeon, by far. Because it's got cool tricks, it's got a lot of glitches, it's got... Cold Stare is a cool boss when it's done right. I don't know. I think the dungeon is really well designed, actually. Even if it's technically broken. It's missing a room, technically. GBA version has 1 extra room. I don't know if that was added in later or if it was intended, but maybe the file size was already too big. I'd be curious to see. I feel like Nintendo doesn't really ever talk about their development processes. Other companies do.
a red meringue in the bottom part of swamp there. Not the red item we're looking for. Why is it always the red items that were the ones that we're looking for? It's the boots, it's the cane of Samaria, and you got the. Sometimes you're looking for the fire rod. Oh, we got cane.
Yeah, nice little cane of Samaria. Study of Shady, the ability to go into Mire. And once... But it's also going to keep them farther and farther away. Because Jet's going to go there right after this, I assume. Like right after Swamp.
I'd hope so. I'd hope that would be a thing like, oh, I'm down here. I'm gonna walk over
yeah.
here and go do that.
I keep forgetting, yeah, he didn't get the hook shot. So that's not working out for him. And he doesn't have enough money, actually. He still hasn't found more money.
I mean, what the well, he doesn't know. I don't know if he checked what was on the Zora ledge when walking through that area, so I don't know if Shadyforce knows if there's 3 hundo up there, you can just, loop around the Zora area twice and there's your money. But, it's there. Does Shadyforce know it's there?
Oh yeah, that's right. He could get the money from there.
Yeah, he does. He does know it's there because he's tried to get it. So okay, that's fine. That's good.
But at the same time,
picked
it's... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Jet picked up the powder in swamp left side, second chest there. So that's a possibility.
They already have more than enough armor, though. He meant to go into Dark World. Gotta find out very quickly it's Boots lock. Doesn't even need to check because he's already got all 3. Yeah. What Astor is saying is right. Like if it's his last check and he doesn't get the money for it before then, he still has to loop the area twice, which is just gonna feel bad. It's gonna feel even worse when he finds the hook shot there. But I guess at that point he'll already know the hook shot was there. Man. Did he check out the stair loop? That's so dumb. What a dumb, weird glitch. There is a way, but you need the boots to prevent it from glitching out 100% of the time. If you bonk on the wall, it fixes the camera. Or dash into the staircase. But if you bonk into the wall, I think it works. This game, not well programmed. No, it actually is, but it's such a big game that it just inevitably has many, many, many problems.
I mean, it doesn't help that, you know, all of us know this game inside, outside, upside down, right side out, 6 ways from Sunday, that we all know, like, all the holes in it. But I'd say it's a well-programmed game just because you can, you know, generally play through the entire thing casually and not run into any issues.
Yep. It's not like GTA 64.
Yeah, this game has walls.
That's a badly programmed video game. Whenever people are like, this game's bad, I'm like, no, it's really not. We're just broke it. It's not. As long as you're not at GTA 64 levels of walls don't exist, you're fine. Floors don't exist sometimes in GTA 64.
Yeah, it's amazing how many tricks, glitches, bugs, little things have been found just since Randomizer has taken off. Just from the amounts of people poking at the innards of the game. I mean, things are found every single, year. Every time someone says, "Oh, we found everything," no, you're still gonna find something later.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's the same. Yeah, I always like it. Like as somebody who plays card games, it was less of a. I got into the speedrunning world after being in card games. It kind of felt like the same. It's called the machine concept in card games. Now that communities are connected so easily, like it's impossible to test a game against the machine, which is the players. Like no matter what you do as a developer, you will never outsmart the collective of the players of your game. So like, there's no reason to really try to outsmart them. It's going into going to get his. Oh, Jet just needs the boots now. Reload.
Yep, Jet did pick up after going through Swamp. Did go over to Bombo's tablet, knocked down.
Good chance
got
it's
Kane.
here.
Shadyforce is going into Ice to look for. I guess looking for either boots or hookshot.
Good chance that boots are also in. Good chance that boots are also in Turtle Rock.
Oh, that'd be kind of rude. Imagine Trinex boots.
Trinex boots would suck. Laser Bridge would suck. But if it's anywhere else in there, it's not like the longest detour.
No.
And considering
especially if Trinex, because then you need to find the ice rod too. Yeah, I do hate Ice Palace, but I will admit it is a fun dungeon to watch when it goes smoothly, with all the bomb jumps and different paths you can go through to either just get straight to the boss, or if you're trying to get all the items. So far, a whole lot of nothing in both dungeons. Nope, Shady, you don't have a key. You can't go through that door. Gotta go the floor droppy way. I'm gonna bomb jump this hookshot room.
Wait. Ah. Yeah, this is interesting. They're both in different dungeons. Boots being found in Ice Palace would possibly save Shady. Where is Teen required at this point for Crystal's locations? Mire. Where Jet is.
Yep, Jet picked up that cane, which was basically next door. Headed right over into Mire to get it over with. Yeah, there is a switch at the bottom of Mire that requires a block to be put on it. Man, there's just nothing in here.
That's a mirror.
Yeah, he's done.
Yeah, no, does he? It's just assuming it's. Do you check ped? Am I dumb? No, I am dumb, but am I forgetful?
I don't think there's been a ped check, no.
No, I don't think so either. So he's just assuming it's not ped, which is statistically correct. Doing a TR. Thing.
And still hasn't gotten enough money to make up for that Zora money.
So he has to go the lawn way and do some of the rooms the lawn way. So my cat is dangerously close to my microphone.
Alright, here's a Vitreous fight. It's gonna be really easy because Jet's got silvers.
Yes.
1 poke per eye, 2 pokes for the big eye. Poke, poke. What's got anything? Just more arrows. Just giving back the arrows you spent on him. Okay, still no boots.
You know, now that I think about it, I can't remember how many eyes he has. Is it 8 plus his big eye? He actually gave exactly the arrows you needed to kill him back. That's so funny. How cute. This chat. I've just never really cared to count because you usually kill them in multiples, so you don't have to think about it. Or you have silvers and you just kill them so fast it doesn't matter. I think it has to be where the boots are. Unless I'm forgetting some one-off somewhere. Could be on Graveyard Ledge, but I want to see it was something. But I can't remember. I guess we haven't checked it yet. We've already checked Ice Palace.
Yeah, Ice Palace was full of nothing. Shady Force went through the whole thing till the end.
And Shady Force has to do this then to the end. Has to do it the proper way.
Jet's gonna go over and finish Skullwoods now. We'll use this opportunity to say, no, both these runners are very skilled. Don't forget to drop them a follow for their own streams. See more rando action.
It was not checked. There was that weird moment where I thought it was Dan checked. Shady forgot, because Shady went like the weird way to around. He forgot he had gloves. But yeah. Shady still doesn't have money. That is amazing. He's done this one, he hasn't found the other 300s. This is a pretty broke seed, actually. Normally by this point in the seed, one runner would have close to like 999. Again, like, yeah, he has the money, but he really doesn't want to have to do that loop to get the money and go around and make that like loop so many times, because it will be annoying, and he'll just waste more time. But again, when what happened to him happens, he's just not going to go back. So hopefully he'll have the money when he last locations in. But if he doesn't, it wastes even more time.
Yeah, I personally haven't kept track of how many of the 300 ruby packs they've picked up, because that might be the last 300 ruby pack, and it seems that enemy drops are more leaning towards like bombs and fairies and that kind of stuff.
Oh, it's actually oddly the other way around. I think we just haven't seen... We've seen like 1 or 2 300 packs. And like the rest are in GT, it seems. So it's like one of the rooms in GT is going to be like 3 300s or something.
And
Yeah.
Jet took down Mothula. Pretty easy with Tempered Sword and Fire Rod half magic. Gonna be checking the last couple chests here before... We'll see where he goes if he decides to do Ice Palace or Total Rock. Or maybe is he gonna check? Is he gonna check pad? Are we gonna get it? It's happening. I think it's happening. He's leering. Alright. What do we got? Aw, triple boom. Womp womp. So they're not in ice. Let's see what Mimic Cave has in store here. It could be here. Is it gonna be here? Do we got boots? No, we got an ice rod. We can finish Turtle Rock now.
It's on Green Pendant. I'm calling it now. It's on Green Pendant.
Alright, now Shady has no excuse not to fight Trinex. Gotta do it! unless, like, you know, it's on Laser Bridge or something. So I think that's what he's hoping for, is to find it. Find the boots there and just get out.
Don't die, Shady.
Use that evil blue potion. Just to be safe, don't need to do all this over again.
Yeah. Who doesn't use chain here? Watson.
Oh, the boots!
Oh!
Boots!
Wow, graveyard ledge, okay. Go mode!
And in about like 120 something,
Not
we'll
bad.
round up to 120-30, Jet is in go mode! Whoop whoop!
Not a bad seed. Just feels bad if you're shady.
Yeah, just a bit doing these, doing this dungeon dive here, and originally not getting flippers from not getting the flippers from Thieves Town ended up not really being a bad thing. It just that kind of ended up being whatever at the time, I think.
Yeah.
He went back soon enough that it was a non-issue. The bigger thing was spending the Zora money on a blue potion and therefore not knowing where Hookshot is, and is now looking for Hookshot and boots, possibly thinking that, either one of them was in Turtle Rock here, possibly on Green Pendant.
Yeah, it could be on pedestal. I mean, at this point, he might have also slammed that because, that opens up pedestal, as well as Green Pendant being required. So, there's just a lot of... shot the Ice Rod shot a little too early, so he didn't actually...
He just had to deal with...
Graveyard Ledge is...
Yeah, Jet snuck over to Graveyard Ledge when I wasn't looking. I was watching shadyforce checking chests, and I just see this red thing pop up. I'm like, oh, there's boots. Oh. It's always, a, I don't know, palm to the forehead when they're in a kind of an easy overworld location like that. But that's just the thing about Randomizer. You take these chances on item density. Do you want to go to a place that's going to have a ton of items for you to check and you can find maybe everything you need? Or is that thing you're looking for going to be in that one overworld location where there's only one chest that, Graveyard Ledge isn't a thing, especially with, the way these runners pathed. It wasn't a thing that they really could combo into any other checks. Hey! Lanmolos had 300 money!
I mean, with that, even though, the nice about this tournament is, I'm glad that nobody can ever be mathematically eliminated. There's never a game that you could end up playing where you're out before you started the match. You just don't know where else you can go. Thankfully, in this, Shady will hopefully not feel bad about how he did it. This is in the top 64 players after a pretty long process. If you got into the brackets of this tournament, you were very, very good at this video game.
Yeah. And as you see in chat, there are no numbers being posted in there. Guinness Tower, Big Key, guessing game. Actually, we do have a bot now that works. Thank you. I think it was Synac that programmed that. So that was started in there. We'll see who gets it. Zelnus, where do you think the big key is?
1.
First one. All right. So we're thinking first one. I'm gonna say 11. That's what I feel. I just randomly picked that number today. number 1, small key. Number 2, big heart. Skipping tile room there.
You know, in my first race in like a long time, the other week, she ended up for some reason doing tile room first, well, third, but weird thing. Hey, look, it's all of the money in the seed in
Oh,
one
you
room.
were right. There's 2 300s. 3, 4, 5. We're up to 6, right?
That was 3 300s in one room.
That was,
Oh, no,
that was a 100.
100 and 2
Yeah.
300s.
So I think we're on chest number. Next chest is going to be number 7.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. Okay, that's 7. Torch is number 7 there.
You guys, don't spam the bot. Bad. Oh, actually, I just know something.
I guess just had some bombs. And even more bombs.
That noise is the worst thing in the world, by the way.
Oh, the rattling spikes. Yeah.
In a game of great sound design, that noise.
Alright,
exists.
there it is! Number 13. Congratulations to Commandant Stream for the first one, and everybody else listed there on Sasra Bot's list. And now we're gonna go up the tower through the gauntlet, and Jet's gonna have no problem with his loadout. You know, tempered sword, silver arrows, blue mail. Four hearts short of max. We're comfy here. Everybody get comfy. Shadyforce heading through all the swamp here, just crossing their fingers, hoping they find boots or hookshot to continue on. 'Cause, I mean, they may be thinking they find boots and then hookshot's in desert or something like that. So. Boots are on Graveyard Ledge. So, nothing for Shady. Time to head out. And, oh, they got money now. He's got 7 hundo, so maybe we'll be heading back up to Zora.
Blue thing is not. But might find the boot. Oh, powder.
I'm doing powder first, alright.
I don't know when they'll see the boots either. It's kind of out of the way. Without. Yeah, it's just kind of out of the way.
At this point, he's kind of last locationing, so it's a thing. I mean, he's heading over here to powder, which is a 1 location check, so might be on his mind to hop up to Graveyard Ledge. But then once he gets the boots, he's probably going to head over to desert and do that. just lead him away from the hookshot even more for a little while.
Yeah, Jet went to Zora fairly early. Sorry. Thieves Town fairly early. And Zora, I mean, fairly early.
Yeah, the early flippers made Jet do a very kind of early-ish pyramid cat. I think he did pyramid catfish. Because I remember him swimming through the Dark World River there. Pyramid catfish, Zora, waterfall check Zora, string. Very nice, smooth string there. Yeah, doing Zora. Shady already went through Ice Palace, so heading back up to Zora now with actual money to pay the fish. Whew. Jet was close to the edge there against Moldorm. And then I see Shady doing... I don't know if I'll finish Swamp next, but I can see him going to Misery Mire after getting the hook shot right here.
Oh. He still doesn't even have boots. I feel so bad.
Yeah, honestly, at this getting the hook shot at this point,
Jet's
it's
doing a
nice.
really good fight, by the way. He's getting some really good shots, sorry.
No, that's fine. I just saw him beat him there and do all good. Alright, looks like Shady's doing Swamp first before doing Mire. Or the rest of Swamp, because he did, like, the front half of it. Yeah, with finding the hookshot first, those boots are in a weird spot.
Yep.
At, you know, this point. He's gonna do Swamp, he's gonna do Mire.
Yeah, he'll do both dungeons, you know, full clear them. So it's a really good race outside of that. Lion, that potion is going to haunt him. But again, he did really well to get here. He is in the top 64 out of what? How many people were in the qualifiers? I don't remember the number, but it was a couple hundred people tried to qualify. Might have been a few hundred. So of those people, like, it's insane.
Yeah, getting through qualifiers to get to the group stage in the first place. And then getting through the group stage to get to this bracket here. Jet taking a couple of hits there, but I think he should be fine. As long as he doesn't give Ganon any more hugs. Oh, Ganon's teleports are pretty nice today. So far. Nice? Nope. Okay. Nope. Nope. I spoke too soon. There we go. And you can see by how much money Jet has now, how backloaded the money was in the seed.
Still finding that 700 rupee room in the GT. Like the three of the bid money drops.
Alright, and a double to finish it off. Yep.
Sweet, don't worry, see shadyforce is in the chat. So for people who don't know, there is a 20-minute delay on the tournament. So
I don't know what the official time was. I mean, it'd be around the 1:34:18. I wasn't in the official race room after my computer restarted. But
hello,
yeah,
Jet.
GG to Jet.
Hey, GG.
I'm guessing. I mean, you guys have known for the last 20 minutes. I'm sure you already know what happened with Shady.
Right. Yeah, we were talking about it while we were watching the restream catch up. Man, I was worried for quite a while. I didn't feel great about that seed. Anytime there's an item at Graveyard Ledge, it's not gonna feel good. Someone's gonna end up routing it correctly.
Yeah.
I felt like I didn't, so I was just waiting for the done to come in.
Yeah. It's a tricky spot to route without really early boots. So I think that's literally the worst item that can be there.
Yeah, pretty much. And I did think about doing it when I first got to Dark World, did the front of Skull Woods. I'm like, I should go to Graveyard Ledge, but I'm like, man, you gotta walk around the long way, and it's not gonna be anything. It's just gonna be a red rube. So why should I bother?
Right.
Well, this time, and welcome, shadyforce. Good job on going through this.
Yeah, GG, shadyforce.
2/3 of the way through this, I didn't quite make it to the end. I was so relieved Jet finished as quickly as he did, because I was worried I was going to have to play out the other 30 minutes of this seed, and then still lose comfortably.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just slightly, just slightly unfortunate how that worked out. Like, you buying the potion, which made sense, but then you got there and obviously where'd my money go?
Yeah, it was really funny. I was like, I have 280 rupees. I better hula hand before going to Zora area, and I do that. And then I get to Zora, and I'm like, where's my money? What's going on? And then I squinted at my screen, and I'm thinking, did I mistake a 2 for a 0 on my screen? I know my capture feed is a little bit rubbish, right? And I just couldn't figure it out until I heard you guys at the commentary saying, yeah, and he bought this blue potion, and I'm like, the biggest face palm ever at that moment.
Oh, you didn't even. It was just a thing you did because you were in the shop and you normally just buy a blue potion if you've got a slot, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm turning in the mushroom. I have an empty bottle. Let me just buy a blue potion. I probably won't need it. I definitely didn't need it with the equipment I had, but I just did it absent-mindedly, and man, was that costly.
Well, I mean, at the same time, like we said in the commentary, and I wanted to stress to chat who maybe didn't realize this, like, just get into the first round of this bracket. Big deal. Like, you had to fight through a lot of opponents, the qualifiers. You're still in the top 64 of the tournament. Like,
yeah, it's just pretty good results to get this far. I'm just really disappointed I didn't give it a better race. I don't think I really played badly across the 2 seeds. It's just none of this decisions really worked out, so it's just the way it is.
There was just some. I remember I watched your previous race as well, and there's just been some weird item placements recently. But I mean, the hook shot being on Zora, one thing that's Zora holding something's kind of normal, but then your other item that was necessary for go mode, 1 being the boots, and 2 being in Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, like boots on ledge, hook shot on Zora in this seed was weird.
Yeah, it was the same as Jet, really. I was coming out of the Skull Woods, and I thought, well, I can mirror right there and go straight up to Dead Mountain. And then I was thinking to myself, I could do Graveyard Ledge, but that's a really long walk. I can't really justify the time. There's so much more on Dead Mountain. So I went to Dead Mountain. And I do it again. I think it's the correct decision. And it's, so that one doesn't bother me so much. But it's things like on the last seed, I didn't clear Turtle Rock, and I did full clear Thieves Town first time. So I do the opposite to that this seed, and they both fail me as well. So it's
I was thinking of that. I'm like, he's going to just do the first half and leave. I bet he might do that. I'm gonna full clear it, and then I get flipped, and I'm like, oh, it was required anyway. Okay.
Yeah, I think that there isn't very many times where pedestal is even on the table, but I feel like it was probably in your guys' mind at one point.
It was in my head. That's why I went to do Skull Woods before I did my fetch quest items. I'm like, I need to see, this could be a pedestal seed. Like,
it could have been a pedestal seed. There was 2 items where, like, for Shady at one point, when you got mad finding the ice rod, I thought that maybe you were getting mad because you realized that there was a really good chance it was a pedestal seed at that point.
Oh yeah, I was basically deciding between Graveyard Ledge, Zora, and going back into Ice Palace to beat Cold Stare and then blind pulling the pedestal. And I was almost going to do that one, and maybe I should have because it would have been funnier. Because I've lost the race at that point anyway, but it would have been much funnier just to blind pull the pedestal. And then the 2 orphaned locations in the game of the hookshot and boots.
So you got the 3 items out of ice and then left right away?
Yeah, they were actually quite early in Ice Palace, so it was definitely not worth going all the way. Like, I made a call it a mistake. Early on, I came out of Skull Woods, and I know Turtle Rock is a pendant, so I'm thinking, it's highly unlikely that this is a pedestal seed. So I'm not going to check the pedestal just to annoy chat in case I'm the first one there. I don't know if I was. Maybe it was all for nothing. But also because it's a waste of time and it's so unlikely to be required. And then as the seed progresses and I'm in Ice Palace and I'm like, I don't know whether I need to beat the boss. And the same in Thieves Town.
No.
I don't know whether I need to beat the boss. I hope I find the map, so I have to go and get blind for the last item anyway.
Also, there was that funny point where everyone thought you were checking ped, because you went the long way with the Titan's mitts, and then so I thought you were checking it, and then you didn't, and then chat and me realized there was a decent chance you forgot you had the Titan's mitts for half a second.
Yeah, I got them in the dark room, I think, and I didn't
Yes.
realize. And I walked the long way around, and I'm like, hang on a sec, I might have actually got the mitts. I had a good look at my menu, but I didn't look at the equipment items. I
Oh,
only looked at
really?
the
Okay.
Y items. So I didn't realize I had the mitts at the time. And as I'm walking the long way around, I'm thinking to myself, hang on a sec, maybe I should menu really quickly to check whether I have the mitts. And I did. So then I hammered the stone and lifted the dark rock up on the way out. I just realized then as I was going around.
I actually almost did the same thing. I used the fire rod in the room that we got mitts, because in the dark maze I got something that was an item, but I have no idea what it is. It's probably like 10 arrows or something.
Yeah,
but I
for
have
the
no
longest
idea because it
time-
was dark.
For the longest time, both me and Zelnus thought the mitts were in the maze room because that's when we saw shadyforce open his menu because he got them first.
Okay.
And then it was later when you got yours and someone in chat was like, the mitts are in the U-shape room. And we're like,
Yeah, our
Oh,
tracker
so
then
there's
highlighted
another-
a message telling us, and I was like, no, it's not. And then I realized it was.
I
was looking
have
at the
no
other
idea
screen
what
at the
that
time.
other item in the dark maze I picked up was, and so I was thinking the same thing. Like, what? I kept checking my inventory over and over again. What am I missing? I picked something up.
I
It
think
wasn't
it's
300 rupees, let me tell you that.
I know.
There was a 700 rupee room in GT.
I saw that on the restream. That's where they were all hiding.
But yeah, it was. Yeah, I think it's the map is the dungeon item that's on in the dark room, and then there's a couple other items that can be darked, but the main one is Titan's mitts. Can't be seen in the dark. That's I think one of the only ones. Then one of the swords can't be seen in the dark.
I was really hoping I got a sword, but I checked. That was the first thing I checked. I'm like, nope, still got fighter.
Still got fighter.
Yeah, I think it's medallions, mitts. I think it's the tempered sword as well.
Yes.
I think those are the items that you can't see.
It can't do yellow or orange correctly in the dark. Those are two of the
Interesting.
colors that are black.
Okay.
It's one of the palettes that it doesn't support.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
it's just
that palette happens to cover these items. Yeah.
oh, LTTP not having enough memory for all of the colors. What a silly game we play. But yeah,
And we've
thank
gone
you
and
very
made it
much.
sillier by shuffling the items around.
Thank you guys though very much for the race. It was quite entertaining, regardless of the the unfortunate circumstances of the late part of the run. It was still entertaining to watch. So thank you very much, both of you.
Yeah,
good
GG
luck.
again, Shadyforce. It was good races.
Yeah, good luck going forward, Jed.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That's it. Good luck.
Yeah,
in the
continue
next
your
round.
great streak. I think you're 6-0 in this tournament now. Is that correct?
I have one loss.
Oh, 6-1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, good luck going forward.
Yeah, thank you. Good luck in the future tournaments when you join them.
If I join them, unless it's a spoiler tournament, then I definitely will.
Yeah, thank you very much to our tracker Link Force Zero, Speed Gaming for putting on the restream, my co-commentator Karaoke, I was Zelnus, and again, thank you so much to Jet, who will continue on in this tournament, and Shady, who I'm sure that we'll see playing Randomizer and other games in the future.
Yep. So go ahead and follow the runners and Zelnus. It was good commentating with you. I think this was our first time
Thank you.
together.
I think
So,
so, which is strange considering how
yeah.
much we talk outside of here.
Yeah. So maybe we'll run into each other again later.
Yeah.
And I hope to see everyone in chat continue to support the Randomizer tournament and support Speed Gaming across all of its different channels as well throughout the rest of this brand new shiny decade. Woo! So thank you all for joining us and have a good rest of your day.
Thank you very much.